And so I'm very happy to talk to you today, and I'm happy you came out to listen to a talk about meditation. I think I want to congratulate you, because not many people on this planet really want to do things that are worthwhile or that is meaningful and that brings actual benefit. So I think we do many things that don't bring much benefit. That's kind of pointless. So this, I think, to have this kind of desire to learn about something that is truly helpful and meaningful is something rare, very, very rare in this world. So congratulations on that. And so today I wanted to talk about meditation. And first I want to talk about 4 things. Why meditate, and then the benefits of meditation, and how to meditate, and then what is meditation. Did you get all that? Okay. So maybe not in that order, but maybe not. We won't be able to cover all of it, but we'll try our best. So what are the 4 things? Were you paying attention? Why meditate? Benefits of meditation. How to meditate. Oh, how to meditate. Okay. What is meditation? So let's first talk about why we need to meditate. What's the point? Just live life as we normally do. But so all of us in this room, we have something in common, and that is that we all want to be happy. This is a kind of a basic desire. No one taught us this. Not only human beings, but every living creature. We all want happiness, and we don't want suffering. So how to get this happiness that we all so dearly want? And so generally in the world we pursue happiness by, in Korea for example, happiness is considered if you get into a good college and then university, like Dongguk University maybe, and then you get a good job, and this kind of thing, making money, having a good family, this kind of thing is kind of the measure of success and happiness. But does getting into a good university, does it guarantee happiness, do you think? Do all the people that go to Harvard, they're all happy? So maybe S님, he's happy, and S님, but not everyone that goes to a good college. Generally we put happiness in 4 kind of things. One is the wealth, is money. So we think if we have money, then we'll be happy. But is that true? Not necessarily, huh? Yeah, not necessarily, right? It can bring some temporary relief and comfort. But because if money was the source of happiness, then those people who are rich means they are all happy. And are all the rich people happy? I mean, obviously no. There's some people. In Korea, there's the Hyundai. You know Hyundai 자동차, Hyundai automobiles. They have the daughter. Is it Hyundai? No, Samsung. Sorry, Samsung Electronics. The daughter of the president of Samsung, she committed suicide, right? Do you know this? Or yeah. So she was very wealthy. She had lots of money, but she was extremely unhappy. So money doesn't necessarily. We think money will make us happy. I think that anyway. Don't you? Only if I had some money and then we'd be happy. But actually, if we win the lottery, for example. How many of you would like to win the lottery? Would you like to win the lottery, Simon? Yeah. Okay. Me too. I would love to win the lottery. And how about you? Would you like to win the lottery? Okay. Thank you. So that would make you happy, wouldn't it? You think? But they've done studies actually. They've done a study of those who win the lottery, and actually their happiness measure index or whatever it's called actually goes up. in life, basically, two things bring a great deal of happiness into our life. One is the winning the lottery. I mean, like, it increases the happiness, like, how do you say, abruptly, you know, like suddenly it increases the happiness. And then another thing that increases the happiness suddenly is, what do you think? The second thing. They say marriage. Yeah, marriage, or like this kind of falling in love, this kind of thing. That also increases the happiness. So they did a study of these two phenomena. Those people who win the lottery. How long do you think their happiness lasts? It goes way up like this, right? They become so happy. They're really happy. Day and night they're happy, right? So, and then what happens? How long do you think that lasts? Not forever, right? We know that. They say, how long? Any guess? How long do you think it lasts?
1 week.
1 week? No, 1 week. It goes longer. If you get $12 million, it'll last longer than 1 week. Huh? 1 year? Yeah, they say 1 year. It goes 1 year. This, if you win the lottery, and then your happiness becomes about the same as before, and actually a little bit lower, because money brings a lot of conflicts in your life. And actually, they say money is the source. In Buddhism, we say money is the source of all conflicts. So this having money, that doesn't necessarily make you more happy. You want more money, and you're afraid of losing it. You need to protect your money, and the desire to get more money. This also doesn't end. You know, you think, oh, I have a rich uncle, and he always thinks, oh, if I just make this much more money, and then I'll be happy. And then he makes that much more money, and then he wants to make more money. So it just never ends, this desire. And the desire to make more money is lacking, is a lack. So that makes you poor inside. So we say contentment is the only true wealth, or is the true wealth. Nagarjuna said that. So anyway, how about marriage? How long do you think the marriage lasts? Looks like you're married over there, so I don't want to... not every marriage is like this, but generally marriages last how long do you think? The happiness. So when you get married, your happiness increases. It always vacillates. Of course, life vacillates. Life is up and down. This we cannot change. This is the nature of life. But generally, how long do you think? According to the study, 7 years? How about someone else? 7 years is close, but not correct. Anyone else? How many years do you think marriage lasts? Happiness of marriage? How long do you think that lasts? 20 years. 20 years? Definitely not 20 years. You must have a good marriage. No, they say 5 years, according to the studies. And then back to the normal kind of happiness as before. So these things, they don't bring you happiness necessarily. So what brings you happiness? And also pleasures, for example. Pleasures, we think maybe pleasurable experiences like sex or other things. We might think that is also happiness or source of happiness. But actually, according to what happens is, or shopping, for example. Let's take shopping. Is that a source of happiness? We might think so. Women certainly do. And what happens when you shop is that this in your brain, according to scientists, in the brain they excretes a hormone called dopamine, and this when you excrete this dopamine, you experience pleasure, and this is when you go shopping, when you do anything pleasurable in life, it excretes this dopamine. But then what happens is, for the same amount of dopamine to be excreted or secreted, or how do you say, for the same amount of dopamine, then you have to go higher on the pleasure. For example, if you went shopping and you bought $100 worth of things, next time for the same amount of pleasure, you have to buy like $200 worth of things or something like that. Same with sex or any kind of experience that we experience. Same with food. Sometimes we eat tongdak, and we think, oh, tongdak, it's very happy, makes us very happy. Maybe for some of you, I'm vegetarian, so I don't eat. I eat kongdak, which is anyway. If you eat tongdak, then you think, oh, I'm happy, right? But then you need something even more tastier next time for the same kind of happiness. So you need more tasty tongdak, So this is the nature of life. So we are never satisfied. We need something, and this lack of satisfaction is what in the Buddhism is considered, we call it suffering. And this kind of living, just following, again, we pursue something, and we think, oh, this is happiness, and again we become disappointed. And then it goes around and around and around. And this round thing we call samsara. Samsara means wheel in yunhe in Korean. So you just go round and round and round, and this is our life. And then so how do we get happiness? So let's get back to the finding happiness. How do we get happiness? According to Buddhism, we say it's the mind. Most of the happiness depends on the mind. For example, if the mind is very calm and very stable, strong, then it doesn't matter the outer circumstance, right? When you're really happy inside, for example, then it doesn't matter if you have poor conditions. If you let's say you're really happy inside, then if you live in a really shabby house, it doesn't matter. Or even when you're happy inside, even if someone insults you, someone says, "Oh, you are a terrible person," you're still okay, because you feel happy inside. So conversely, if you are miserable inside, we've all been miserable, right? We know the experience, whether we are caught with anger or depression, whatever. Then what happens? The outer circumstance does it help? I mean, the outer facilities, it helps or no? No, it doesn't help. Like His Holiness Dalai Lama says, even if you live in the penthouse in America, the top floor is the best in the apartments, the penthouse. And even if you live in the penthouse, if you are caught in your negative emotions, if you're angry or sad, and then all you want to do is jump off. So there's no. It doesn't help actually. This penthouse, it actually maybe is a problem if you're depressed. The penthouse, so because you live so high, maybe it's easy to commit suicide. So the point is that if you're depressed, even if you have a Mercedes-Benz or a beautiful wife, then none of this helps, So we say the mind is what determines our happiness in life. And so meditation is basically how to gain this mind happiness, inner happiness. That's kind of what meditation is. So that's one topic we've covered, right? Do you generally agree, or do you have disagreement, or? Okay. So that's why we need to meditate. Meditation is to make the inner part of ourselves stronger. Actually, meditation, that's not really it's not really a good way to say to make the mind stronger, but rather meditation is. Okay, let me ask you a question. Is meditation we are bad people, and then we have to become good people? That's meditation? Yes or no? That's kind of a trick question. Pardon? That doesn't sound right. Okay, you're good. Okay, second one. I'll give you a second choice. Is meditation, we're already good and complete, and we just need to get to know that aspect. That's what meditation is. Second one, right? We're already complete and kind of how do you say? 충만하다. How do you say that in English? Like fulfilled and complete and good and pure. We're pure beings, and we just don't know it. And why don't we know it? Is because of our thinking. We are completely living in our thoughts day and night, every day, all the time. We just think, and this thinking, because we believe the thinking, this makes life very limited, and we don't understand our true nature. And let's talk a little bit about our true nature. I told you a few things. What are the things I told you? A few things about our true nature. That we are what?
Fulfilled.
Huh?
Fulfilled.
Fulfilled. That's right. We're fulfilled. We're complete. We lack nothing. What else? Clear. That's right. There's an aspect of our nature which is clear. This means that we call the clarity aspect of the mind, which means that we have the ability to know, basically, to know things. This is the consciousness. What else? And it's pure. It's pure. This is another aspect. Our true nature is pure. This means that pure means like this, for example. Let's say this we call sen. This sen, if is pure cotton. Let's say it's not pure cotton, but or it's pure fabric anyway. And then if there was some kind of let's say kimchi, some kimchi 국물 or something like that here, then is it possible to get rid of the kimchi 국물? Is it part of the cloth, the kimchi 국물? No. Yeah, it's kind of like that. We're pure, but we have lots of ideas and anger and habits. And this is not part of the purity and it can be separated. So we say the bad things. This is really good news, by the way. The bad things, they're temporary. Like, what are the bad things? Anger, bad like habits, laziness. I'm very lazy, so luckily I can get rid of that. That's not part of my nature. What else? Greed, yes, lust. We all have these habits, right? So these habits we can get rid of. These not part of our nature. We say habits or defilements, or we say like kleshas, are temporary and are adventitious. Adventitious. This means like, you know this word, adventitious? Anyway, it's like it means like it comes about as a result from outer circumstances, like I think something like that. And then, but our nature is pure and luminous, and there's a scripture like that. And so the good things like what are the good things? The good things are not temporary. They're part of our nature. We don't say permanent in the Buddhism, but we say like not like indestructible or something like that. So there's an aspect. The good things, these things are like kind of like permanent. It's like permanent in the sense that it's part of our nature, cannot be destroyed. And what are the good things? Kindness. That's right. Kindness is part of our nature, and you can actually cultivate kindness infinitely because it's part of our nature. Anger you cannot do infinitely because it's not part of our nature. There's a limit to anger. But the good things like kindness, what else? Gratitude, yes. Compassion and confidence, strength, and these kind of things. This is kind of part of our nature. Stillness, trust, yes, trust, confidence, faith, these kind of things. These kind of things you can cultivate infinitely. So meditation is basically I'll give you a story, not a story, but a question. Okay, so there's a diamond, and this diamond is about, I don't know, what's a really big diamond? Like 30 carats? Or, okay, I don't know diamonds. You might know. Okay, so let's say we have a really big diamond, and this diamond is covered in mud. Okay, and then some treasure hunter, he goes and finds the diamond, and then he shines the diamond, and then he puts it in the jewelry store. So let me ask you, this is a question, this is another trick question, so what has more value, the diamond that was in the mud, all covered in mud, or the diamond in the jewelry store all shined up? Which one has more value? Same, that's right, good. That's right, it's same, isn't it? The value is the same. There is a difference though. What is the difference? The difference between the one in the mud and the one in the store, what's the difference? Appearance. Okay, yes, appearance. Basically, it's the mud, right? It's the mud. That's the difference. The mud is covering one diamond, so you cannot see the diamond. The other diamond you can see because there's no mud. And that's kind of an analogy of meditation. Basically, we are like the diamond covered in the mud. We're covered in the mud of our ideas. We're this way and that way. People are this way and that way. The world is this way and that way. We have many, many ideas, many strong habits. And then, so this kind of taking off the mud from the diamond, that's kind of like meditation. So we're trying to get rid of, what are we trying to get rid of? As I said, our habits and our ideas, mostly our ideas. We have lots of ideas, concepts. So one of my teachers, he says, he says that meditation is like a natural striptease. You know, striptease? Striptease, you know, strip show. Strip show, 이렇게 하나씩 벗기는 거 있잖아요. So this is like you take off one at a time. Sorry, I didn't know the child was here. It's a little bit rated R, this analogy. Sorry, I'm just kidding. Now this anyway, this kind of like that's kind of like what meditation is. We need to let go. When we say let go of our ideas and concepts, we have many, many ideas and concepts. And by letting go, what remains is this kind of very fulfilled, very kind of infinite being who we really are, kind of confident, compassionate, wise, and also very capable. That's kind of who we really are. But we have many ideas, so these ideas, they block the potential, our potential. So meditation is letting go of the ideas, letting go little by little. And okay, so we covered two topics, right? What are the two we've covered? First one is what? Yes, why meditate? And second topic we just covered? Yeah. Yeah, what is meditation? Yes, what is meditation? And so what's the two that's left? How to meditate, okay, and the benefits of meditation. Which one you want to talk about first? Any preference?
Benefits.
Okay, benefits of meditation. Basically, so there's three aspects of the mind. We say of the nature of mind. There's three aspects of the nature of mind. and one of them is we call stillness. Stillness. And the second one is clarity. Clarity means to know. And the third one is we say in English we say bliss. Bliss. So in Korean you would say 고요함, 환희, and how would you say clarity? 명료함, 명료함. So this is the aspect. These three aspects, three characteristics of the nature of mind, of the mind. So these three aspects, as we meditate, we experience more and more. It's already there, but we don't experience it so much. And these three things are, we say, unconditional. Like for example, this bliss, 환희, is unconditional. Normally we have conditional, like joy. Conditional joy meaning if someone gives us a gift, then we're very happy, right? But then if someone takes that gift away, then we're unhappy. But our nature has this unconditional bliss. Actually, this it's kind of a sense of well-being, and a sense of and it's very deep and vast. It's so we'll do a short meditation now to kind of to see if we can experience this aspect of our nature. So we'll meditate together. For meditation posture, there's two things basically. What is the most important thing you think for meditation posture? Air goes in the, for the posture. Yes, that's right. But that's very important. But just for the posture, this posture allows the air to go into your lungs. Yeah. That's right. And what do you think? What do you think that's the most important thing? Is spine. That's right. If you have a straight spine, then it allows your air to flow naturally, and also it makes sure we have channels. We have we call the central channel and the two side. We have many channels in our bodies. Then when you have the spine straight, this makes the channel straight. And so when you drive, for example, if you drive on a straight road, it's very easy, isn't it? But if you drive on a curved road, then it's more difficult. So it's kind of like that with the energies. So the first one is the spine. Second one is, what do you think? Second one. We have two main aspects of posture. One is straighten your spine. Second? Breath? No, I mean for the posture. Just for the posture. You remember, Simon? Comfortable? Yes, of course. But the two main thing is support. That's also very important, but not the two main ones. The two main one is the spine, and then the second one is that's also one very important. There's a 7-point posture, which includes everything you're talking about: the knee, the legs, and the chin. But I'm talking. This is a 2-point posture. It's like how do you say? Abchuk, condensed. Yes. So there's anyway. First is the spine. Second one is relax. Yeah, relax your body. We say 긴장을 풀다. Relax your body. So these two things are the main two important aspects of the meditation posture. So please straighten your back and relax your body. You can check out if you have any kind of tension in your body. Just allow the tension to be. If you like, you can take a deep breath, if possible, into your lower belly, and then fill the rest of your body like a balloon. One deep and natural breath, and then release your breath very naturally. Now in this moment, there is stillness. Please see, just check if there is stillness. If you can sense or feel the stillness, that's fine. But if you cannot sense the stillness, that's also fine. No problem. However, this stillness is there whether we can sense it or not. It's always been there. It was never born and it cannot be destroyed. This stillness has always existed and will always exist. And this is an aspect of our mind. Just check again if there is stillness. Don't worry about how to do it. Am I doing it right? It doesn't matter. Just have this intention. That's all. Very gently. The stillness is very vast, infinitely vast, and infinitely deep. And the more we meditate, the more we experience this depth and vastness. This stillness is always there, but we don't experience it because we're caught in our thoughts. If we let go of our thoughts in that moment, in that instant, then we experience this stillness, even if it is only very briefly. And the more we meditate, this length of stillness grows, and the frequency that we experience the stillness also increases. So check one more time if there is stillness. Now see if there is a sense of peace, kind of like bliss in this moment. If you feel the bliss, that's fine. If you don't feel the bliss, that's also fine. Just try. See if there is bliss in this moment, a sense of well-being, a sense of happiness. happiness is our nature. We don't need to make it. No one made it. Cannot be destroyed. It always exists. Check if there is this happiness in this moment, this unconditional, this vast and deep happiness. Now take another deep breath, starting with your belly. Bring the air down to your belly and then fill your body like a balloon. And then just breathe out naturally. Now in this moment there is a clarity, and clarity means the ability to know, ability to hear, to hear my voice, and to feel your body, and to see your thoughts. See if there is this clarity, this knowingness. You don't have to try to figure it out with your thoughts. Just check. And don't worry about how to check, how to do it. Just try. This clarity was not created by anyone, cannot be destroyed. It is our true nature. It can know everything. And the more we meditate, the more we understand things. Okay, please slowly open your eyes again and come back. So, those are the three when you meditate, you have these three experiences of these characteristics of the mind. And what are the three characteristics? A lot of people are taking tests out there, so I want to keep that a theme. So it's less stressful here, I'm sure, than out there. Do you remember the three characteristics? Stillness, okay. Bliss, or happiness, okay. And clarity, yes. So we have more of this experience. Sometimes you feel very happy when you're meditating, for no reason. And then sometimes you feel very clear. You have very clear mind. You just know things. You know how things work. And Or sometimes you have this extremely peaceful feeling, this quietness, stillness. However, these experiences, it's important not to make a fuss about the experiences, because we become attached to the experience, and this makes obstacle for our meditation. But when you meditate, you have these experiences of these three aspects. It's good to recognize that, but don't forget about it after you have the experience, because it's temporary. Experience is temporary. You might feel very blissful, or you might have very clear mind, but then when you're back to our regular life. So don't become attached to those. And then furthermore, on benefits of meditation, there are many benefits of meditation. In the scientific research, they've done many benefits. Do you know some benefits they've done in the research? Can you name some? This clock is right, 3 o'clock, and we do question and answers. What time?
By 3:20.
3:20. You mean I talk until 3:20?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Question and answer.
Meditation practice.
At 3:20.
From 3:20.
Oh, okay. Not the. Okay, but not. So we should have question and answer now, or?
Maybe 10 minutes later.
10 minutes later. Okay. So we talk. Okay. So what are some of the benefits they've discovered? Scientists have discovered benefits of meditation. Do you know?
Blood pressure.
It normalizes blood pressure. If you have low blood pressure, it normalizes it. If you have high blood pressure, it brings it down. And then what else? That's right. What else? You don't know? Okay. Huh? Yes, of course, it's very good for depression. This MBSR program in the U.S., this helps so many people who are depressed. It's basically depression is the thinking about the past. The more you think about something, then the stronger and more real the thoughts become. So it begins with one thought. Oh, I don't have friends. Something like this. Oh, I don't have money. My husband is bad, or something like this. And then you add more thoughts, and then you think you're the world's worst person in the world, or something like this. And this is depression. But the meditation, of course, helps, because meditation is basically letting go of these thoughts. And when the thought arises, it doesn't have much power. But when one thought gets like this, we say another, one after another. This is called we call it the chain of delusion. And the stronger you have, the more thoughts you have put together, and then this becomes an emotion, a very strong emotion. You cannot break out of the emotion. That's depression, basically. Basically meditation helps you let go of those thoughts. Of course, when it becomes an emotion, this we call a habit. So depression is a habit. So when you're depressed, you cannot become undepressed like the next day. It takes some time, But slowly, you let go more and more thoughts, and you become less and less depressed. And so the let going is very, very important. And so what else? What other benefits?
I read something about oscillates in the brain.
Mm-hmm.
You can restructure your brain the way you think. So there's theta waves and alpha waves, and alpha waves are when we're going to do the mouth, for thinking,
Yes.
or feeling very calm.
Yes.
And it brings back some state of mind.
Okay.
Makes it stronger.
Okay. Good. Yes. That's right. There's 4 waves, isn't there? 3 waves or 4 waves or something like that. And one is related to the relaxation, but it helps all the waves, the meditation. It helps basically if you train your mind, then it changes your brain, the brain structure. They didn't think you could change your brain structure before, or have more, but now they have this study on the brain. It's called, they discovered neuroscientists, they've discovered what's called the neuronal plasticity. Have you ever heard of this? This is a very interesting topic. I'll just say this, we only have 5 minutes, so I'll just talk about this and then we'll finish. So we won't be able to cover the how to meditate so much, and also unless you ask that question. But anyway, this neuronal plasticity. Have you ever heard of this? Neuronal plasticity. It means your brain is pliable. It changes. That's what it means. Your brain changes. It's called neuronal plasticity, and this is very new. They didn't know this before. So basically, what it is before scientists thought, like let's say Joe. If Joe is an angry person, then he's always angry all life. Scientists thought this. This is his character. Joe is angry. John is happy. This character. But this, according to scientists, now Joe can become peaceful Joe. Before he was angry Joe. So through meditation, you can change your character. Before scientists, they didn't know this, and this is called neuronal plasticity. And they have done specific scientific research on how this goes about. So basically, let's say, for example, I was I had this kind of failure mentality. I cannot do it. This failure mentality. I think, I don't know, I had this failure mentality. I think it's not so uncommon in the West. Maybe in Korea also. Like, I cannot do it. Like this mentality I had. This habit. It was habit. And what happens is when you meet a situation where you need to be successful, okay? Then what happens, or when you meet a situation that you need to be successful, then what happens in the brain is you have these neurons, and they kind of gather. They make a meeting, They send each other text message. They do the Kakao talk, and the neurons. They have this iPhones apparently, and then they call each other. I'm just kidding, but they call each other. The neurons. They make a meeting, and they say one neuron says, "I cannot do it." And the other neuron says, "What? You're right. Cannot do it. You're a loser. You failed before. You're going to fail now." This gossip, they call it the neuronal gossip. Neuronal gossip in the talk, So when you meet a situation, then many neurons gather, and they say, "Oh, this is our habit." You know what I'm talking about? I think all of us, we have some habits, and then whenever we meet that situation, then the neurons gather, and they say, "Oh, you're a loser. You cannot succeed." And according to scientists, what happens is, if you meet that situation with mindfulness, which is meditation, then what happens is these neuronal... there's two ways to meet the situations, which is our habit. And then there's the third way, which is meditation. The first way is we follow the thoughts. We have thoughts, like thoughts appear. And then, like let's say, the thoughts are like what? You're a loser. You're not going to succeed. And then you follow the thoughts. Oh, yes, you believe the thoughts. Yes, I'm a loser. I cannot succeed. I'm a failure. I'm not smart. Other people are smart. This kind of... Then you believe the thoughts, so you follow the thoughts. So what happens when you follow the thoughts, we say, then you become a slave to your thoughts. That's the first habit. Second habit is we fight with the thoughts. Thoughts appear. You're a loser. And then we fight with the thoughts. Another thing, you say, "No, I'm not a loser. I can do it." You fight with the thoughts. And then what happens? You become enemy with your thoughts. And the third way we call meditation or mindfulness. And that is to allow the thoughts just to be, kind of like you observe the thought, you observe the thought. You're a loser. Okay, just look at it. And then, you cannot do it. You're a loser. You failed before. Okay, just look, just observe. Like a scientist would observe, kind of like objectively. There's many metaphors on how to do this, but anyway, this is meditation. Same with anger. Anger arises. One, you follow anger and you hit somebody, or you suppress anger, and then and then later you get we say you get hwapyang in Korean, and you begin so third one is just to look at the anger. And the looking is like magic. What happens when you look, when you observe this, oh, you're a loser, this thought, then what happens is remember the neurons? The neurons, what happens is the membership, they lose membership. They one by one, you become less. If you follow, then what happens? The membership grows. Or if you fight with the thoughts, no, I'm not a loser, also the membership grows. So this I'm a loser habit you increase by following or suppressing. And then, but how to 해체하다, 영어로 어떻게 해요? 해체하다, 습관을 해체하다. Like eliminate. Okay, eliminate. This makes the habit less. Eliminates the habit. That's if you just observe, then the neurons decrease, and soon less and less members, and then you get more membership in the I can do it habit, the positive habits. I can do it. I'm capable. I'm successful. This kind of habits. This increases in the. Do you understand? This is science. This science is not. It's written. It's proven by science that we can change our habit. What this means is that all of us we have hope, and we can. Yes. Yes. Is your mind still pliable? Absolutely. Because there's an aspect of you that does not age. There's an aspect of you that does not age. And that is what we call the nature of mind. Your clarity will never age, your bliss will never age, and your clarity, bliss, and what's the third one? Stillness, that will never age. And so when you cultivate that aspect of yourself, then they've done studies where you actually become kind of younger. They express it like that. You don't literally become younger. No one can become younger. That's impossible. But they say you become younger because you create new cells in your brain. So meditation does that. So that's another benefit of meditation is you actually do. You look younger. You become more like radiant and and also in Tibet there are people who are in their, like there's one story of this old man who was 70 something. He learned meditation, he became enlightened before he died. So it doesn't matter the age for meditation. Yes. And you can, of course it's better if you can start younger, but for us older people, then we have to start where we are. And so this, yes. Anybody can meditate. It doesn't matter the age, and and this we can all change our habits through meditation, and we can all become more stable, more kind, more wise, and better human beings. The one thing though is you need to practice. That's the main thing. Is you need to apply the meditation. We all want to change without the application, but that's not going to happen. Just like if you If you want to become a good golf player, you have to practice, right? You play golf, Mr. Kim? No, okay. Yeah, anyway, so anything you need practice if you want to become better. And same with meditation. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah.
I have a question about the difference between sun meditation and your Tibetan style of meditation. Is there a difference?
Yeah, the meditation, there's difference in the methods, but meditation deals with two things, basically, in whatever tradition. One is the calming the mind. We call that shamatha, and that's basically trying to cultivate mindfulness. And then the second aspect is to understand the nature of existence, nature of self. That we call the wisdom aspect, which is the vipassana. So sun meditation and our meditation, in that respect, is the same. But sun meditation is more about vipassana, like the ultimate nature. It's the highest kind of meditation. If you can practice sun, then you can gain enlightenment. Then it's then no need to worry about. That's the end of the suffering. So yeah, it's similar, but some differences in the method. In the Tibetan tradition, we have very specific methods on how to do shamatha. In the Tibetan tradition, we do the shamatha first, as the base foundation. So when your mind, shamatha means to calm your mind. It makes your mind more pliable, more pure, more workable, and then you can practice vipassana. Vipassana is to understand the nature of self, like nature of self and existence. We say is impermanence, like suffering, impermanence, emptiness, and the non-self. So this kind of things we generally, this is the nature, this is the ultimate nature, and we don't know this nature, so we suffer. We think everything is permanent and things like this. We don't know the empty nature of reality. So in order to know that, we need to, in the Tibetan tradition, we do the calming the mind practice, which makes your calm, this is the foundation, we say. This prepares your mind to do like the ultimate practice, which is like the sun practice, or Zen, same thing, yeah. Okay, does that kind of answer your question? Okay.
Someday I'm going to learn the actual technical differences.
Okay, yeah. I hope you do. You do meditation? Sun meditation. Okay. Yeah. Zen is a wonderful meditation. It's very direct, very simple, and very powerful. Yes. Anyone else? Just to review, what are the two habits? When we have the let's say anger, what happens with the anger? We do what things? Two things. Our habit. Remember? When the anger arises, we follow. Yeah, we follow the anger, which means we become angry, and we can yell or hit. And then the second one is what's the second one? Suppress. Yeah, suppress the anger, which is also, is that good for us, suppressing anger? No, it's not good. It causes, causes inner conflicts. And then the third one is what? Yeah, that's the suppression. We fight with the anger. I'm not. We don't need. I mean, like if the anger arises, we say, no, I have to be a kind person. I'm not angry. I cannot be angry like this. We fight with the anger. That's suppression. Like, we suppress it. And the third one? Control it. We don't control it.
You suppress it, and then you don't, be aggressive. Maybe use that energy,
Yeah.
And direct it in positive way.
That's right. That's right. Basically, meditation is to allow the anger to be. It's simply, we say observe, and that is meditation. And this is just energy, unless you follow it. Then it causes problems. But if you can just observe the anger and allow the anger to be, then actually anger becomes the source of happiness, the source of strength, and it's just energy, anger. If you can just observe it. This takes some practice, though. Now that I told you, you think, oh, now I figured out the anger, how to do it. But actually, it takes some practice because we have such a strong habit with anger. So this takes some practice. And basically, if you become good meditator later, then anger arises, no problem. It's just like wind, just comes and then goes. But for us, when we become angry, then it's a problem, right? So we need to basically, it takes some time. Yeah. But if you invest time in meditation, and especially with the proper methods, and learn how to do the meditation, then anger arises, comes and goes. Also happiness, we can experience happiness very purely, and comes and goes. We experience all the things, little annoyances of life, comes and goes. Just because we don't cling to them. What we cling to is the immovable nature within us, which is immovable and which is like, as I said, it's indestructible and vast and really great, this nature, and that's who we really are. And we need to stick with that and not stick with all the things that are up and down and the kind of relative aspects of life. We need to treat them just like a doctor would see a patient, or not a doctor, but maybe like a scientist would observe something, just kind of like objectively, disinterestedly, we say. That's a word we use in meditation. So, okay. Anyway, thank you for listening so well, and I hope more than anything, whether you enjoy the talk or not, it doesn't matter so much. What's important is if we, in our lives, if we really want to do something meaningful and be happier in our life, and this kind of genuine happiness, then we need to discover our true nature. There's no other way, unfortunately. If there was another way, then I would also look for that way, like making money or something like that. But those kind of things, they don't bring you any happiness, not true happiness. And the only way you can find true happiness is to discover who we really are. And whether sooner or later, we all have to go on this path. So better sooner than later. So I hope from this talk may give you a little bit of impetus to apply meditation, or try to learn meditation, and actualize the fruits of meditation, which is like peace, and also like more love and more understanding of others, and also confidence, inner strength, and I hope we can contribute to the happiness of ourselves and others in our society. So, thank you very much. 감사합니다.